Celebrity Apprentice. So tell me what you think. As a singer, look, I think that perhaps she's making a whole lot of sense, again, artistically, but she says she's trying to bring her fans and Chris's fans together, even if it were a blockbuster idea. Are you with me, Aubrey, that it sends mixed messages and really ends up being a bad move?
Well, just first off, music is always personal, so I don't agree with that comment at all, but I will say, I like what she's doing, and I don't think that it sends mixed messages at all. What she's doing is bringing closure on something that was a heavily debatable topic. When there are big public breaks, obviously I was part of Danity, Kane in a big public break, the fans wanted to come back together. They want answers. They want to feel like there was closure on something that is, you know, a very difficult thing for fans of both of them to go through, and fans take things very personal, and I love that they're giving closure to everyone. Listen, breakups don't just happen because something bad occurs between two people that becomes public and they never talk again. We all know that that's not the reality, AJ. We want to understand what happens after that.
Yeah,
we want to understand how two people can come back together.
I don't disagree with you. I think because of the difficult circumstances here, the fact that he beat her within an inch of her life, it would seem, I think it creates a set of extenuating circumstances, and it's not so black and white. And we saw all the outrage, as you know. When Rihanna and Chris Brown first tweeted about their duets, I have to tell you, we heard from so many people, and I saw this all over the internet, that a great number of people, the majority from what I saw, thought it was a really bad idea because of what had happened between the two of them. Let me bring back in Judge Alex Ferrer, TV's Judge Alex. Judge, do you buy what Rihanna is saying here, or was this a bad idea in your mind all around?
Well, I mean, I buy what she's saying. She's a grown woman. She can do whatever she'd like. If it was my daughter, I absolutely would not want her anywhere near him. We're not talking about a backhanded slap across the face, which alone would have been enough to break up and have him arrested and prosecuted. We're talking about, as you pointed out, AJ, just a beatdown. It was a vicious beatdown. And I, as a judge, have seen this cycle of violence and domestic violence situations just tend to repeat itself, where the victim goes back to the perpetrator, and it just tends to go on and on and on. And she's a role model, and she's sending a message in the way she lives her life to a lot of young girls who find themselves in this situation. I think she would have been better to say, you know what, I want closure, I forgive him, and let's move on. I don't think that collaborating with him and letting him back in is a good move.
And we were hearing a great deal of that. I do want to get to this other duet news tonight. It's Jon Hamm and Kim Kardashian, and they are not making kind of sweet music together. Kim K called the Mad Men star careless after he essentially called her an idiot. Well, Showbiz Tonight just caught up with Hamm at the Season 5 launch party for Mad Men. We had to ask him if he had any regrets.
No, I don't. I don't mind it at all. I believe in that. I think we are, as a culture, sort of wallowing in this celebration of the wrong things. And you know, I never said anything personal about anybody in particular. That was taken a little out of context. But I do believe that it's an unfortunate place we're in. But hey, here we are. You know, we've made our bed.
Made our bed. All right, no apologies from Jon Hamm there. Aubrey, you're a reality star a couple of times over now. Jon Hamm's basically saying, it's not just Kim, it's all kinds of reality stars. Do you kind of take offense to that?
No, and I completely agree with it. We are focusing on the wrong things right now, especially in reality television, having it being so big and having so many people focus on it. I think that it's a problem with society. It's a problem with networks. It's a problem with what people want to see and what networks are buying. Kim Kardashian and Paris Hilton, or whoever he mentioned in this article, are just examples of smart women that are marketing and making money off of society's ignorance. Period.
Really interesting to hear your perspective on that. Well, Aubrey O'Day, Judge Alex Ferrer, I do appreciate you being here tonight. Make sure you watch Aubrey. She's competing on Celebrity Apprentice Sunday night on NBC, and be sure to check your local listings for the great syndicated show, Judge Alex. Moving on tonight, is Jennifer Lopez's tennis. So, Aubrey, listen to this. In a brand new interview that was revealed today, it was done with Vogue magazine, Benny Medina, a legendary manager, says this about J-Lo's serial monogamy. He says, the thing that I always sort of wished, give herself time to just naturally meet someone instead of having obsessive guys pursue her. Now, Aubrey, if you were J-Lo, would you be angry that your manager, a very close confidant, said something like that so publicly?
You know, Benny Medina is not known for being hush-hush when it comes to his opinions. I happen to probably agree with what he's saying. He knows her best. He's seen the guys that have come and gone out of her life probably a lot better than we have. And, you know, maybe they'll be on the outs again in life, but more importantly, I think it's a great lesson for women to understand that J-Lo doesn't have it any easier than any of the rest of us.
Yeah.
And a lot of times it is really important to understand for women that it is about who you're picking. It's not always everyone else's fault or the men's fault. Sometimes it's just as simple as, maybe I need to make better decisions and choose better.
And now she's with 24-year-old Casper Smart. She's 42, and of course she's divorcing Mark Anthony right now. And in this interview, Benny Medina reveals another very personal conversation. That's kind of crossing a line, though, isn't it, when they talk about personal conversations that was had between the two of them, I would think.
It depends on the relationship that she has with him. I have no idea what she tells him to talk about or not talk about. That's something that's between them. If it's something he shouldn't be talking about, we probably won't see him much anymore.
Yeah, that's exactly right. She won't be shy about saying, you know what, Benny, we need to take a break right now. All right, Aubrey, great to see you.
Right.
Thanks so much. Make sure you check out Aubrey on Celebrity Apprentice Sunday nights on NBC. Moving on now.